Good morning and welcome to the 10 Cents Podcast. Today, it's a pleasure to be back and hosting the show. I'm Brian, and let's go ahead and get things started with a quick roll call. Let's get things going with Luda. How things going?
Everything's going good. What's up, podcast land and YouTube land lovers? This is Luda with the crew because this is how we do when we do what we do. Sorry. Let's get started.
All right. Hey, Mick, what's cracking?
Gentlemen, it's good to be back. I've been kind of spotty off and on these last few podcasts. So I'm in honor of one of my old gigs. You have the return of the Mick today. Return of the Mick. Let's get it.
Return of the Mick.
All right. And I wasn't here last week. Mick and I weren't here last week out on vacation, but we had the triumphant return of Coach. So, Coach, how things going?
Yes, Brian, I am feeling myself much more again because I'm part of the podcast one more time. And, you know, Mick always has these funny names, but he's always going to be Mickalicious to me.
All right. And Renee.
Morning, podcast listeners. I'm ready to knock this show out and get it cracking. Let's go.
Boy, you sound enthusiastic there.
Sound like you're asleep, huh?
Yeah, still trying to wake up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. And lastly, we got Ramon joining us again this week. Thanks for joining.
What's going on, gentlemen? How are we doing today?
All right. Great. All right, guys, let's kick things off with the first quarter. Starting off in the NBA, obviously, some big stuff happened during the week. Westbrook traded to the Lakers. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm not happy about that.
Luda.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, man, Westbrook is good. I'm not happy about it. I would have got CP3, and I know it depends on who's coming over, what day. I'm just not happy. I'm not a big fan of Westbrook. I think he's going to cause more damage. He's a poison to most teams. So unless he's the main guy, he ain't happy. That's my opinion. Next.
Hey, mate.
I'll take it next. We talked about this before, and I've advocated for it as well. I read that as soon as the news broke that LeBron, AD, and Westbrook met at LeBron's mansion to talk about retooling their roles to make this fit. So that means moving AD to the 5, moving LeBron to the 4, and making Westbrook their primary ball handler and the guy to get us in the offense. I like that combination because that keeps LeBron fresh for in the fourth quarter when we need him to take over, and he can be that guy. We still need some shooters, but I think we're on the right track. We'll see. It remains to be seen. I don't want to say anything yet because I need to see what everybody else does before I make one of my predictions that are more than likely to come true, as they typically do.
Coach?
I will have to say from a non-Los Angeles fan standpoint, I'm always interested in the dynamics, the chemistry. And I did hear on one of the talk radio shows that one of the predictors said that if Westbrook truly will be the ball handler, and if LeBron can actually go down to the post, and if AD can be a true center, then this person, sportscaster, said that it would actually probably be very successful. But he said LeBron probably doesn't want to go to the post and AD doesn't want to be the center. So that's my 2 cents is I hope it works because I'm a realist. And you know what? Time is running out, and the kids from LA and, you know, we all were in the dream of making it big, and more power to him. He gets to go home, and I hope it works out. But I just look for the chemistry. That's me. If it works chemistry wise, great.
All right. Renee?
I'm not disappointed in the trade. I think I would have preferred the Buddy Hield trade and then maybe sign Lowry and DeRozan since they were willing to take less money. But I'm willing to wait to see. I'm willing to reserve judgment and see how it pans out with Russell Westbrook.
Okay. Ramon?
I like it. I think Westbrook is going to. I think this is the first time he has to actually respect the players he's with. I don't think he really respected KD like that. I know him and Harden were boys, but when you have LeBron on your team with the accolades he has, not to say what he says goes, but it's like, okay, he knows what he's doing to a certain extent. I think this will be Westbrook's most efficient year with the Lakers, honestly, with the tools with LeBron, AD. We only had one knockdown shooter if he was that when we won the chip anyway. So one more shooter, we'll be fine.
Can I jump back in real quick? Just a devil's advocate. Do you think, and this is back to the chemistry and egos, do you think or I'll just throw it out this way. Between those three big stars, which one of those three, because they're not perfect, which one of those three is going to have an ego situation where they don't get as many touches, points, whatever?
Westbrook.
No, I think it's going to be AD, but I think AD is
think
going to
it's
be okay
AD.
with it because I mean, we talked about this. I know he can grab the rebound and initiate the offense, but that's not his role. Whereas LeBron and Westbrook can do it and will do it. So, but I think we got to go through 80 to get this thing done. And he's got to dominate on the post.
I think it might be LeBron, not that he's going to take the backseat, but just score less, right? He might be willing to score less so the other guys can get their numbers because he's that unselfish.
Right, but he's been doing that this year a little bit. Also, he did it.
Yeah, but he started to carry the load.
But to
I'm
go
saying,
back
like,
to
he's
what
willing-
He
He'll be
had
willing
to,
to
though.
score like only
Right.
22 points a game if
Right.
Yeah.
it's going to keep Russ getting his 28 and 80 getting their 28. He's okay
Yeah.
with doing 22, 5 and 5 or whatever.
Look,
Just
and I'm going to say this real
example.
quick. I'm not hating on Westbrook. I just don't like his attitude and how he's reacted in the past. But I'll have to agree with Mick, Renee, and THC. If they can all find their role, and he's the ball bringer upper, gives LeBron chance to kind of like just move up and do his thing, and AD, and he moves to the 5 spot. You're right. I think it will work, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think. We'll see.
So last question. I know we've been on this a little bit too long, but the coach, will the coach be able to step in and or is he just going to kind of Steve Nash it? Do you think?
Steve Nash it.
Well, I think Vogel's earned the
Coach.
respect where they're still going to listen to him because he won a chip. But to your point,
When
if push-
when it's on the line,
if push comes to shove, he's stepping out of the way and let LeBron figure it out. And that's what I do too. I'm just there to just do the substitution pattern. Those guys are the ones winning chips.
All right, moving on. So obviously there's going to be some movement still to happen with the Lakers. They need to fill out the rest of the roster, and all reports are indicating that Carmelo Anthony and DeMar DeRozan are both willing to take less, and that the Lakers are interested in both. What are you guys' thoughts, Eddie?
No on Melo.
No on
Don't
Melo.
want him. Don't want them to do it. But I think they can get like I heard Seth Curry might be available. They can get someone like that, bring him in, strictly a shooter. Maybe bring in another 1 or 2 shooters.
Okay.
As
Anybody
far
else?
as DeRozan, yeah, I would take DeRozan. Yeah, I like that.
I would probably take Melo over DeRozan because Melo could shoot the corner 3. DeRozan doesn't shoot any 3s. So I would probably take Melo just for that reason. They're both up there in age, so I'm not. And Melo could hit mid range, so I would probably take Melo just because he hits the corner 3. DeRozan doesn't shoot 3s, so we do need some floor spacing. Otherwise,
I hear what you're saying, but on the defense, they're just putting Melo in pick and roll, and they're going to torch us.
yeah, but
'cause he
DeRozan
can't
doesn't
move.
play defense either. So
But he's more athletic. He can at least fake it better.
You can fake it. You can make
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you ain't playing it, you know what I mean?
Well, he'll be less likely to be targeted for that screen and roll, like we all see.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna have Melo like starting. It'd be like 6 men off the bench as like, I'm not 7th man, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's the same for DeRozan, though, isn't it? Could be the same for DeRozan. DeRozan
Yeah, I
may
think
not
he's
even be a starter.
He probably still thinks he's a starter. He was the best player in San Antonio. That's the thing, right? His mentality might be different.
Right.
At least Melo's already accepted that I'm willing to come off the bench role.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Okay.
I saw they were looking at Otto Porter and Rudy Gay as well.
Right. Yeah, I saw Rudy Gay and Otto Porter as well being mentioned.
Hey,
Um,
if we get Melo, does that mean more Lala at the Staples Center?
No, they're about to get divorced.
Oh, all right. Then I'm
Right.
out. I'm out of Melo.
All right, and this one is for Coach. Last question in NBA talk. Mavs traded Josh Richardson over to the Seas for Moses Brown. Coach, do you like that?
I'm gonna say TBD, to be determined. I'm hesitant
Terrible.
to see. I'm hesitant to see what Brad now coach can do in the front office. I'm excited for the new coach, new blood. But to me, really, what it comes down to again is chemistry. And is Jason
Richardson.
Big K going to play defense and not just be a superstar on offense?
Hey, not to derail this
okay.
thing, but real quick, Coach, and this is to you again, or anybody else who knows, well, how come the Celtics can't get a superstar big name to go there. This is the Celtics. They're a storied franchise, just like the Lakers. Somebody tell me.
Here's my
I
two
don't think
cents.
people go
Here's
there in free agency. They usually
Well,
get
here-
traded there.
Well, but I
Yeah, I
also,
agree.
what I'll say is, obviously for those of you that watch and listen, know that I'm not the biggest NBA fan, but I don't think that their culture is as probably as accepting as say Philadelphia or, I'm just saying as far as the culture. And here's the other, I think that there's a lot of old heads and they don't like to, I
New
don't know.
school? The
It's-
new school?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I
They
think that
want
they're
to find
afraid-
somebody.
I think they're afraid to take that step, kind of like Notre Dame is. They can't decide what football conference they want to be in. And it's just in the Pirates, they're my three teams, small minds sometimes, I think. You know what I mean?
But like I said, you never get free agents to go there willingly. There are always stars that go there usually end up traded there.
And
That's the difference.
Package,
the big three places is where? New York, LA, and
Philly.
I mean, like and you never
Miami,
hear
Philly,
Boston
yeah.
is not.
Boston was
Boston's
one of
not
those
even
though.
in the top 5 when you
Well,
hear.
I can't.
about
I
free
can't remember a superstar saying like, "I want to go play in Boston."
Yeah, let me walk to Boston.
Yeah, I
No,
haven't
they all
seen
got
that.
traded.
Oh, Kyrie did it, but that didn't work out, right?
Garnett did it, right?
No, you got traded.
He's
No, he
traded.
got packaged.
Oh, he got traded.
Kyrie
What else?
went
Real-
as a
Real
free
was
agent to
going over
Boston, didn't he?
That's right.
Nah, Kyrie got traded for
He got
Isaiah
traded?
Thomas and a bunch of other
And
stuff.
the
Right.
guard that just got shipped out that was hurt, Kemba,
Yeah, he got traded too.
he got traded too.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Kemba's the best free agent to ever walk over.
Yeah, I guess he walked over. That's right. He did walk over.
He decided to go there and was like, and then y'all
He
just got
decided
rid of
like,
him.
yeah, I
with
don't
the
like it
cold
here.
piece. And then,
Steve-
and
and
then
Steve-
traded him for Al Horford.
Thank you.
Got that old
And-
thing back.
Yeah, right. And so to me, you look at it, you knew he was damaged goods, but you still brought him over. You still, I don't.
It's
Yeah.
a terrible idea. That was
All
a
right.
bad idea.
Let's
All
keep
right.
this moving, guys. MLB, real quick. Big trade deadline. Lots of deals
Yeah.
happening. Big names moving. Obviously, out here, LA Dodgers got Max Scherzer and Trey Turner from the Nationals.
Mhm.
Your thoughts on that deal?
That's a great deal.
Rich get
Rich get
richer.
richer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah,
See, the funny
you
thing-
hear that all the time, right? The rich get richer, but they're willing to do it.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, I mean,
And I'll go to usually with Mick. I can't believe he hasn't chimed in yet, but we're in the country of do your own thing. And like, I just love to see the Yankees. They like to spend a lot of money, and I like
Yeah.
to see when they tank it. I like to see when they tank.
So I'm gonna come at it from another angle. That's why I haven't jumped in yet, Coach. I like what they did, but I'm concerned that getting all those pieces to fit. We're how many 90 games into this thing? I know baseball's a long season, but those last 20 games, we need everybody plugged in because we got guys coming in and out, and we need those rotations solidified. So when we get to the playoffs, it's all systems go. But our rotation is great, and just imagine if we get Bauer back. But
So here's what I'll say to that. And I'm surprised you didn't answer your own question. Max has had how much experience in postseason? And all I'm going to say is I believe, and all of us have played these sports, baseball, basketball, football, whatever other sports, soccer, that baseball is different. If you're a lights out pitcher, I know you have to have chemistry with the catcher, but you're still throwing strikes.
Oh, you're right, but we're as Dodger fans, and we all know it's when we get it to the back end is when we all get nervous. Like our first 7 innings, if the bats are right, we know we're gonna 90% of the time we're gonna win. It's when we get it to the back end and it's close. That's when it's everybody's puckers
right.
up.
You
Yeah.
answered your own question. So where do you need the help then?
No, but
we still need
I
it.
agree. No,
We
real
still
quick.
needed it.
Right, but if we get into we get in a series in playoffs, with that great rotation, we throw Scherzer in the close, right? There's things that we can do if Dave Roberts is willing to go against the grain and
Thank
the
you.
stupid analytics.
Yes.
But that remains to be
Well,
seen.
he has gone against the grain before,
Yes, he
right?
has.
We saw Kershaw come in to try to close out a game once
Yes.
before, and it didn't work. But the thing is Bauer ain't coming back. The Dodger, I don't see him ever being in a Dodger uniform again, based off of what's happened. So to go out and get Scherzer to replace him, and technically Dustin May, who we lost due to Tommy John surgery or whatever, I think it was a huge pickup. The Trey Turner piece, I'm not quite sure why they had to get Turner when you had Corey Seager coming back, and he just came back last night. And so anyways, the other big names obviously were Gallo and Rizzo going to the Yankees. So again, rich get richer,
Right.
technically, right? But I was really surprised more so about the Cubs and the Nationals just doing a complete fire sale. Like that, I don't know if there's a single guy who's starting now for the Cubs
Yeah.
that was a part of the
They're-
opening day roster. But the
they're trying to
Nationals just
rebuild.
won the championship literally like 2 years ago, and they just did a complete fire sale as well.
The other trade that really boggled my mind was the Astros or the Seattle Mariners, who were like I think handful of games out of contention for
Right.
the wild
For
card.
the wild card.
Yeah, they traded their best reliever
Mhm.
to the Astros,
Right.
and there were a lot of questions on social media from their players, the Mariners, like, what are you doing?
Right. All right. Well, a little bit of baseball talk. I know that a lot of y'all don't really follow it that much, but getting into some NFL real quick, couple quick things. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers did report to camp, right? Restructured
Yeah.
his deal with the Packers, and he'll be with the team through 2022. Thoughts on Packers' upcoming season?
Let me throw this real quick. And again, it's just an emotional podcast session for me, but I'm glad Aaron Rodgers did what he did in the way that he did it. He was honest, and he was, this is where I'm at in my career, and this is what I want, because they were a Packer. And I'm just so glad he mentioned those names, and the way he did it was classy to me.
Knowing Aaron Rodgers, the Packers are going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. And I think he puts a dagger in everybody and then rides out as the savior.
Correct. And to piggyback off that, I believe he had 3 years, but then they cut it to 2 years, right? So he's all the way till 2022. Yeah, he's got to prove a point this year. The way he did it was very eloquently on the speech. I mean, giving props to what he wanted. He was honest enough to say why he was upset and why he was bothered and with the players. So props to Aaron Rodgers, but I think he has to nail it this year, and just to prove a point, and then he's out next year. I agree with Mick. He's not coming back.
I say they NFC Championship again and lose to the Bucks. Being honest.
All right.
That's what I
You're
think
not
should
wrong.
happen.
I think-
You're
yeah,
not wrong.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think Rodgers is going to have a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to take them to the NFC Championship. When they lose to the Rams, he'll eventually win.
Okay.
He had bad reception. I could have switched to the Rams for some reason.
Yeah, they're gonna lose to the Rams in
I
the
have
NFC
good
Championship.
reception. You're right.
All right. Next thing, Wentz going down this week with an apparent
Damn.
foot injury, right?
Injury
So
prone.
Hey,
Yeah,
and the
it's-
poor get poorer. I mean, the
Oops.
Colts are right on that lip. They're going to make a run, and it was a great move. And they say he could be out 6 weeks. He might need surgery. I mean, it's
right, it could be longer than what they were
yeah.
expecting, right? So I guess he's seen a specialist, and that'll determine what ends up happening. They did end up bringing in Mick and my's boy from UCLA, ex-Arizona Cardinal, Brett Hundley, to fill the role for now. See how that goes. Of course, who knows?
Hey,
Career backup.
Real quick, and I'm not a feel sorry for a guy type of guy, because I don't do that. But Wentz was
You're
supposed
about
to be
to?
that. He was supposed to be that story, a Division II guy that makes it big in the NFL. And so a little bit of me is I feel a little bit like, dude, I wish this dude could get a good shake. I know he did, and then he kind of fell off. But I think it's because he looks like Prince Harry that I really kind of dig the guy. So
I just feel he has the same Ryan Leaf. Bad luck, bro.
I don't know about Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf
yeah.
sucked though.
Ryan, I don't think Ryan Leaf had bad luck. Ryan Leaf was Ryan Leaf. That was the problem.
That was the bad luck.
He was the bad luck.
Downhill. That's once he
Ooh.
got hurt.
Eddie P, your
You
sound
sound
is
horrible.
bad.
Yeah,
Your sound is bad. Anyways,
But now-
last thing in NFL, I just saw that Bleacher Report did updated win-loss projections for all the teams. So I'm just going to run through them real quick and see what your guys' thoughts are. Mick, starting off with you, Arizona Cardinals, now prediction 10-7. Good with that? All right.
Hey, can I ask Mick real
Yep.
Can I ask Mick real quick? How do you feel about Chandler requesting that trade?
You know what? I understand why, and he should have requested that trade. And I feel bad because I know the Bidwells are cheap as shit. So if we lose Chandler Jones, that negates the JJ Watt trade, in my opinion, because we got JJ
Facts.
Watt to help from the other side. So
Right.
we've got to pay that dude. Bidwell's fucking. This is our like. We got a 2-year window. We got all the pieces in place. This is our time. You better freaking pony up.
Good
Thank
point. Backseat Rob isn't here, but the Atlanta Falcons have a 6-11 prediction.
I'm more like
Too
5
high.
and 12.
Yeah, I would say it's too high.
You want me to go through each team or just our teams?
Just our teams.
All right. I'll just go through our teams. So let's scroll through here and get to the next one. So Dallas Cowboys prediction 9-8. That's about right.
Yeah, I think you guys will have 10 wins.
That's
No.
11-6. That Cowboys are 11-6 to me.
No, he's right.
All right. Let's see. Damn, got to really scroll through this damn list. They did like big write-ups on it. Well, B Diddy's never around anymore, but the Raiders 8-9. That seems about right. I mean,
Actually,
how
I'm
much
gonna-
longer for John
8-9.
Gruden? Honestly,
That's, what I
like
was, that's
seriously.
exactly what I was going to say, Brian. I think this is making
Gruden and Carr.
Well, yeah, I agree, but I'm just saying everybody's hush, like in all the
Mhm.
sports talk radio. You don't hear anything about John Gruden, but you know if he doesn't do anything, this like at least make the playoffs.
Right.
I'm going on the record.
But
boys.
isn't-
First, real quick, let's talk about John Gruden. First of all, he has a 10-year deal. So he walks when he walks, unless they fire him and they still have to pay him. So they're not going to fire him until at least
Yeah,
year
his-
6 or
Right.
7.
Yeah, his contract is
Probably
crazy.
8.
And then secondly, I'm going on record saying Raiders are going to be sneaky good this year. I think maybe second round of the playoffs. They're opening the new building. You know how the black hole travels. I think they're going to be sneaky good this year.
You say second round of playoffs?
Wow.
Yeah, I think they get out of the
No,
wild
they're
card.
not-
They
they're
get,
not
they
making
get to
the
that
playoffs.
second round.
Yeah, I don't think they're making the playoffs either, but
Oh,
It's
oh.
a tough division.
They're the second best team in the AFC West.
uh,
Well,
That's
you
I
are
don't know
Chargers.
about
You
that.
are
Say they're
crazy.
Chargers are.
You
You are
Say third.
crazy.
All
I
right.
meant to say third.
Moving on. Here comes Eddie P and Luda's Rams.
oh god.
Updated predictions now. 10-7.
Oh, that's
Oh, they-
You're
bullshit.
the
That
same
is
as the
fucking
Cardinals.
bullshit.
You're the
That is
same as the
bullshit.
Cardinals.
Yeah, if it wasn't Super Bowl, dog, they're gonna ring your necks now.
No, it's 14. It's I told you 14-3. Fucking stupid ass Bleacher Report.
Katie's new team, the Minnesota Vikings.
12-5.
Prediction 8-9 for the
12-5.
Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, I want to hear Bicky and Ramos.
We're getting there. We're getting there
Yeah,
8 and
I
9
wouldn't
for
bet
the-
that one.
for the
that-
Vikings.
12
Here we
and
go.
5 team.
Ramon and Rick, Philadelphia Eagles.
They got like
7
5
and 10.
something. Yeah,
7
I
and
thought so.
10.
All right, I'll give him that.
Nah, I get them 5 and 12.
What's up
All
with
right.
the? Well, now we need Pittsburgh and the Niners.
Oh, you know we're gonna have a better record than you this year.
We'll
Here we
see.
go. Coach,
We're gonna break
Pittsburgh
that Stafford back
Steelers.
too.
9-8.
9-8. You're
9 and
okay
eight
with
for the
that?
Steelers.
It sounds like all these predictions are gonna like mediocre. And
If they say the Niners are
They're
10 and
playing-
7, that there's no way 3 teams in the same division can be
Yep.
10.
They have the Niners at 10-7.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's
Bleacher Report,
bullshit.
fuck off.
That's more like
Three
7
te-
and 10.
3 teams in the division cannot all be 10 and 7. That's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be like 7 and 10 for you.
Nah, we're all right.
They have the Seahawks at 11-6, just so you know.
What you were saying. That's
Yeah.
So all of us are making the playoffs.
Tampa Bay's 11-6.
The whole NFC West is making the playoffs now.
I
Jeez.
don't know, man.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I agree. That was
Well, hold on.
ridiculous
So
predictions.
pop off 9-8 for the Steelers. I know you said that that's mediocre. I don't agree with that. I think 11-6 for the Steelers. Like I said, I think Ben Roethlisberger knows it. You know, he's on the back notch. He's probably on there's 3 holes left for him, and he's hearing a lot of chatter like he's not that
Who-
guy. Don't
Who wins the
discount Ben
division?
Roethlisberger.
Who wins the division, Jamal? I'm just asking their division.
I'm gonna say Steelers win the division.
Okay.
Don't discount Ben Roethlisberger.
I'm actually going to say I think that the Ravens will win the division. I think the Steelers will get in because they have an extra wild card, and I think the biggest thing, like I said about Aaron Rodgers being classy, if Ben can do what you just said, Mick, if he can just manage the game, he doesn't have to win the game because he's got a workhorse as a 240-pound back, and the offensive line comes through and the defense is good, then they win. If not, I'll say at least 10 wins. At least
Okay.
10.
All right.
Right?
I'm sorry, Kenzie, one more thing about the Steelers real quick. And
Yeah.
Pop-Up, I don't know how you do it. Have you noticed the Steelers never get blown out, right? They're always in a fourth quarter. They either win big or they're in a nail biter. I couldn't do it because like with us, we either win big or we lose. Like I know by the second quarter what's going to happen with us. You guys, oftentimes it comes down to the fourth quarter.
Hey, it's
Hey, at least you get it to the second quarter. Us Cowboy fans last year knew within the first 3 or 4 minutes if we were in the game or not.
I am
You guys
actually
knew it after the fourth game when there
I'm
was no
actually
more
gonna
Dak.
I'm going to say the Cowboys are going to be sneaky good
They're gonna be good this year.
defensively. They can do it defensively.
It's all
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
always boils down to with the Cowboys recently is
I'm
defense.
gonna say
but-
the Rams take a big shit this year. My bold prediction.
Now,
All
if
right.
they do they blame it on Akers going down?
No, they'll probably blame it on Stafford for not performing.
No.
Yep.
Oh, but
We go
gotta
down
go
as a
second.
team and we go up as a team. Okay. But
Oh,
you're talking a lot of
man.
shit, man. Oh, you're talking a lot
Telling
of
shit,
shit.
I'm just my bold prediction.
No, well,
Has it
you're
been
both
sitting at the top of the
Yeah,
division,
some-
right around there,
you're-
back and forth?
Niners ain't even gonna
All
make
right.
it to the Citrus Bowl, homie. Okay.
I know we're
So
gonna be in the Super Bowl.
fuck out of here.
All right, guys. Last
Ooh.
thing. Soccer.
Hey, did you see Akers
USA.
yesterday?
Oh, USA, Mexico.
USA,
today.
Mexico today.
Luda, you see
5
Akers yesterday?
o'clock.
Huh?
Akers was not there.
I saw, yeah,
I know.
I saw him there.
Okay, so USA, Mexico for the Gold Cup tonight.
Stupid.
Just so you
So-
guys know, USA in the last 25 games against Mexico is 15-9-1. So see what happens.
So
Should
this
be
one-
interesting. Mexico's
this-
got a lot of talent up front. So
This one's near and dear to my heart because there's a civil war in my house as it pertains to USA Mexico. I will be calling my father-in-law. We don't speak the same language, but I know how to say "Chinga tu el tri." Chinga tu el tri. Let's go USA. Know how to say it.
I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn being Mexican and USAan, but I'm glad that both teams are there. And you know what? Just honestly, USA hasn't had it for the last couple of years. I'm rooting Mexico. Viva Mexico, amigos.
Hey, you
Numero
know what?
uno.
I don't have a problem saying it. I'm not torn between Mexican and USA. I'm USA, but y'all suck. But you better do something. Come on, bring the victory. Sorry asses.
all right. All right. Well, hey, good first quarter. Did go a little long, but let's keep this thing pushing. Let's go to a quick coach's
Yep.
corner.
Damn,
was
I
the
thought we
first
was in.
quarter?
I thought we was in the
We're
third
in the
quarter.
fourth quarter.
That was the first quarter. My God.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Listen, my guy.
We got a lot of guys who like to chat. All right. So coach's corner, little quick coach's corner.
Yeah. So we've been away for I think like a couple 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. But we're back and I got some trivia for our listeners and obviously our fellow amigos in the podcast. So I've divided you into 2 teams. You guys are gonna have to remember this because I won't. All right. So the home team is Renee, Ramon, and
It's
Mick.
over.
And who's the
It's
third one?
over.
Who's the third one?
Renee, Ramon, and Mick.
Okay.
And the away team is Brian, Luda, and Ed.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to keep score here. I got actually a pen that works. All right. So you guys pick on the home and away team. Only one person can answer for each team.
Oh,
Brian,
Pick.
All right.
Brian.
Go ahead.
well,
Brian, and who's on the other team?
I'll give it to Ramon the first one.
Renee.
All right.
Oh, you want me to?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you
All
talk a
right.
lot anyway,
How-
so might as well be.
How old was Simone Biles when she won her first Olympic gold medal?
14.
I'm gonna
Brian, what's
go.
your answer?
You
I'm
better
gonna
not
go-
Google that.
I'm
You
gonna
better
go
not Google-
13.
19.
She can't. They're too
Wow.
young at that age. They can't be competing.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Dumbasses. Dumbass.
Yes, they
All
can.
right.
Yes, they
All right,
can.
here
A
we go.
13-year-old already won a
Pick
gold.
two
Yeah.
other people. Here we go. Two other people from your teams. Pick them.
Luda.
Go, Molly Mall.
Ramon.
Okay,
All right.
Ramon. Oh, okay.
Ramon. All right, here we go. Luda, Ramon. What team did Luka Doncic play for before the Dallas Mavericks?
Real Madrid.
Oh. Luka before the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes, before the Dallas Mavericks.
I'm gonna say
Real Madrid, right?
AC Milan.
AC Milan is incorrect. Real Madrid.
Oh,
Come
man,
on,
you-
Good
Sage.
job,
you
Chong.
fucking- you
Come
We
on,
fucking
got
Sage.
one
asking
for the
stupid
homies
questions.
and
Why you give
zero
out
for
easy
the
questions for
away
them?
team. All right. The last person on your team. Here we go.
Eddie and Mick.
Eddie and Mick. Ja Morant played on the same AAU team as which future NBA star?
You're not gonna give us.
Fucking none of that shit.
Is he in the league right now?
You're not giving us a choice.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
is he in the
is-
league
Is,
now?
is the guy in the league now, or is he just got
Absolutely.
drafted?
Oh, no,
Oh, I
he's
know.
in.
Buzz
Oh,
me in.
Ben Simmons.
No, you're
Mick says Ben Simmons. What do you say, Ed?
Patrick Johnson.
Who?
He said Don Amir.
I heard Action Jackson.
No, he said Don Amir.
Zion Williamson. Zion.
I don't know
Williamson.
how you didn't pick that, Jamal.
As I'm not a,
All right,
I'm not a
last
hoop head like
question.
you
Last
guys.
question.
Just
then
because they
we'll
were
go
drafted
through
the same
all.
year is why I thought you would know.
All right, so you guys decide who's going to take the last question on either of your team. I got
Brian.
one question left.
All
Brian.
right.
Ramon, you're the only one that got one right. You got it.
Facts. Facts.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Brian and Ramon. What place did Saquon Barkley finish in rushing yards his rookie season?
What place did Saquon Barkley?
What place did Saquon Barkley finish in rushing yards his rookie season? Yes, and do not.
I should have took this one.
You know,
First,
I'm gonna go. He finished third.
Brian says
I was
third.
gonna say-
Ramon
I'd
says.
say second.
Ramon, you said second.
Yes, he did. That's
Yeah.
my final answer.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct to Ramon and the homies. 2-0.
Oh man, they're fucking texting his ass.
Done.
And shit.
Ah,
You know,
no one
that's-
texted him.
Yeah, you texted him. I saw
I
you look
didn't
down.
text him.
I saw you look down. Bullshit.
You're
On my
just
phone
another
right now,
Rams.
so-
All
There
right.
you
Because
go,
lost like the
Coach's
Rams.
Corner.
That was a quick
job,
coach's
fellas.
corner. Hey,
Absolutely.
all right. I'm
I'm
gonna
balling
ask
right
a
now.
couple random questions real quick too. 4th and goal from the 1. Who you giving the ball to,
Derrick
Coach?
Henry.
Oh,
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, the beast
Marshawn
mode.
Lynch.
Beast mode.
Derrick Henry.
okay.
Well, I
Derrick
mean,
Tom
Henry.
Brady.
I'm being
Tom
very
Brady.
sarcastic
That's a good
about that.
one.
If you
Tom
think,
Brady.
Henry.
well, hold on. I agree, Derrick Henry, but I'm saying, why am I saying Marshawn?
Because of
Because
the
of the
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Because of
Because
what
Skittles.
Pete Carroll
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing you have a guy that's literally has a name.
A bowling ball. Yeah.
Beast
And
mode.
when he jumps into the end zone
goodness.
backwards, he grabs his junk, and
I'm just saying, you have
that's the ultimate insult.
Yeah.
So yes,
I think I
Derrick
saw
Henry.
that down in Cabo, Mick, on one of your.
I did that.
Losses.
Hey, and you know the one thing about Derrick Henry, his thigh pads are probably like not even, they're like paper thin. So
Yeah.
he loves contact.
Yeah.
He's stud.
I'm surprised nobody. I can't believe it, but Cam Newton. That's all the dude does is score touchdowns down by the goal line.
True.
So,
Tom Brady.
all right. Besides your favorite team's rival, name another team you cannot stand.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Damn. Can I switch conferences real quick? Instead of Cowboys too?
You can't.
Or
No,
actually,
gotta
you know
pick
what?
another
Mine's the
team.
Raiders. I can't
it-
stand the
is it for
Raiders. I take
football?
that back. The Raiders.
Doesn't matter. Your favorite teams, you can't pick their rival. So in
The
other words, Luda, I can't pick USC
Raiders.
Got
with
it.
UCLA,
Got it.
right? I
Raiders
got to
is
pick a
mine.
different one.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
gonna go Clips.
I'm gonna go the Phoenix Suns. I don't like what they did to us, and
I'm
how
gonna-
they did it.
I'm gonna say Notre Dame
It's a Clippers.
for against USC. I can't stand those guys.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go Clippers.
Wait, isn't that well?
That's technically
it's debatable, right? Because between
Yeah.
SC and UCLA, those are your.
Yeah.
I mean, SC and Notre Dame, those are your two biggest.
Well,
rivals,
technically, we're
theoretically.
going. Where I'm using
Yeah.
UCLA because that's the bigger.
That's what I mean. UCLA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, UCLA, Notre Dame,
yeah.
whatever. Just
Yeah.
go ahead.
For me,
Oh,
it's
wait.
Alabama. For me, it's Alabama. I can't
He
stand
muted
Alabama in
himself.
football. So, all right. Coach, what about you, man?
It's got to be New England Patriots. And it was actually before Tom Brady did what he did, but that was just, I mean, I still remember that when what's his name?
Bledsoe?
When Bledsoe got hurt, and I was like, I don't even know who Tom Brady is. And when I thought about it, after he got drafted and he became My dad and I actually went to Notre Dame, Michigan that year that Tom Brady like won the game at Notre Dame. And I was like just heartbroken. And so it was before Tom Brady, but New England Patriots.
So
You
you're
just
breaking
hate
your
Tom
heart.
Brady.
Yeah. Well, he broke his heart since college.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, dude.
Yeah.
Kissing your
All
ass
right.
since college.
Last random question. Which sports team has the worst bandwagon fans?
Oh, Anaheim Angels.
The Trojans, it's easy.
It's the
Anaheim
Trojans.
Angels.
Yeah, you know, I'm with
Easy.
the Trojans too.
Anaheim
Straight
Angels.
Trojans.
Fuck you, man.
Really, the
Get fuck
Trojans?
out.
You know
Yeah.
what? I
And
don't-
actually, right now, I'll say the Padres too in baseball.
my goodness.
God.
Probably,
They-
yeah.
they
Never
probably
seen
have-
so many Padre hats in my life. All of a sudden,
Oh, I got
Yeah.
one.
Jesus.
But
El Nino, baby. El
the
Nino,
Padres,
baby.
the Padres did great going back to the brown and golds, right?
Oh
And
my
Yeah.
they
goodness.
did. That was so
Oh my-
awesome. They went back to
That
brown
is
and golds.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
All right, guys, pushing on to the third
Clippers.
quarter. What's that?
They said the
Warriors
Clippers.
or the Clippers?
Warriors or the Clippers?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm not mad at those.
All right. Third quarter, guys. What men think? Rick was gracious enough to put a bunch of these out there. What is a hobby you always wanted to try but never have? Start with Mick.
Start with Renee.
You want to start with me?
Let's start with Renee.
I'm
Hobby
sorry,
that I
I
always
was
wanted
to
to
say.
try, but I never did.
Uh-huh.
Dance.
Bungee jumping.
It's a hobby?
As a hobby?
That's not a
People do
hobby.
that.
That's like
Hobby?
that's an extreme sport.
Yeah.
You can't do
Alright.
that.
I'll go. I'll
All
go.
right, coach. Go
No,
ahead.
I wish
Knitting.
my dad would have taught me how to work on my car and different parts. Like more. I wish I was more mechanical inclined. So I would love to take that up as a hobby.
Okay. Anybody else?
I got one. Flying drones.
Flying drones?
Like be good at. There's people that are real good at flying drones and can go do
Mhm.
like get reconnaissance and stuff. I'd be sending some drones out.
I don't want this to sound. I don't know if this is a hobby. I don't know if this is a hobby.
There's a lot of
have to
things I
go
need to
on
know about.
record. I'm going on record. I'm sorry to interrupt whoever was talking, but I
drone in the backyard.
I just lost brain cells listening to that, Nick. I'm sorry.
Mick may have also.
Yes.
All right, Luda, go ahead, man.
No, I don't know if it's a hobby or not, but I'm not a big wine guy. But I would have liked to do the wine painting shit that people do. They get together,
sip and
Oh,
paint.
sip and
sip
paint.
paint.
Or-
sip and
Yeah,
paint,
fucking
shit like that.
Pink G-string on too, and fucking dancing on the pole.
I know it sounds masputo and everything, but I just
Yeah.
it seems a little bougie, and I like bougie shit.
Yeah,
you
go
know?
ahead and put your fucking thong on, dance around the pole, dog.
Oh,
He was a ratchet. Jesus Christ, little.
it's a little furry thing around his neck.
Why does sip and paint turn into strippers?
I'm just saying, it must
You
be
know?
something in the Rams, man. Y'all like these flamboyant men, you know what I mean?
Hey, we like
They're
the
back
good
in
shit.
LA,
Okay? We like
near
the good
Hollywood.
shit. Yeah.
You're from San Francisco.
Hey, what about Frisco? We ain't got no
I'm
flamboyant
just asking.
cheerleaders.
There's
Ain't got
no
no flamboyant
flamboyant.
cheerleaders.
There's no flamboyancy in San Francisco.
A little bit, not as much as
Isn't-
LA now.
is-
LA is
isn't
like
all
the
that-
king of it.
Isn't all that
Owns
red
it.
flamboyant?
LA,
You know what I
owns it.
mean?
That red is gangster.
Hollywood
All
is
right.
Holly weird.
Hey, we
All
gotta
right.
make a road trip to
You're
San
stupid,
Francisco.
Renee.
Man.
Okay, here we go. Hotel or tent? Great outdoors or cozy indoors?
Give me the hotel.
Give me the
All
hotel. Yeah. Room service, bitches.
Everybody,
Yeah, exactly.
everybody pretty much hotel. Coach, you a
Dude,
hotel or a
we
tent?
camped way too
And
much in
I
Africa.
know I don't want to make it conditional, but I would love
Oh shit.
to do the
You would love to what?
the tent.
Okay, why?
Well, yeah, that's what I said. It has to be conditional. I mean, obviously,
White
with
people
30
camp.
below,
Rest of us
Yeah.
try not to.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
are
just
used
talking
to
while
these-
I'm talking. I don't know what he's saying. I don't
Well,
know.
you're used to
He
using
basically
wipe
said
your ass.
because you're white.
Yeah, it said white
Go-
people
go
like to
and say
camp.
Camper.
Yeah.
Uh,
Here we go.
All right.
There's urban campers, but they're not there by choice. Just go
Yeah.
downtown LA.
Downtown.
all right, for your
They might be
birthday.
there by
Yeah.
choice though.
All right, next one. For your birthday, would you rather go somewhere or get something?
I'd rather go on a trip.
Oh, I'm going somewhere. As a
I'd
matter of
rather
fact.
go somewhere. Go
Uh-oh.
somewhere.
Ramon,
Where you going?
Oh, I'm just going to SD for the weekend with my
That's,
boys.
that's
Renee,
good.
wherever he's at on the screen.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah, I'm going
everybody
SD though.
pretty much want to go somewhere.
Now I want to get something.
What do you want?
You know what I want.
Oh, I like it, I like it,
He wants
man.
a drone. He wants a drone.
He wants a drone to start a hobby.
Drone. Start his hobby. We're all pitching on a drone for Mick's birthday.
Woo! All right.
I get you one from Wish. It'll take like 7 months to get here though.
Hey, that's going down on the record forever.
I'm afraid where this one could possibly go. We'll see how people answer. What will you be like when you're 75?
I'll be the
A
same.
player, still a player. You know me?
I'll be the same.
Still a player.
I'm
Sit
gonna
on the
get off-
sit,
get
I'll
off
be
my
sitting
lawn.
on the porch drinking lemonade.
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever you gotta do, man, you gotta go hard all the time. Have fun.
I'm gonna be like my grandfather. That dude never took no like I'm just be saying crazy shit and everybody got to deal
Oh,
with
so
it.
you gonna transition just fine then?
Is that
Yeah.
MacGyver grandfather?
No, my other grandfather. My Guyver grandfather, he didn't say much. My other grandfather was that
Yeah,
dude
he was silent.
crazy. Yeah, he didn't say
Silent
much.
most of
He just fucked people up, but that's another story.
the time. That's another- yeah, I'll probably be like Jamal and be like, get off my lawn. Like, no, don't bother me no more.
Facts.
Gran
Facts.
Torino.
And I'll probably be walking around like
Gran
Jamal, too, with a
Torino.
hurt hip. You know what I mean? Be like Jamal with a hurt hip. Like, get off my lawn. Ah.
All right. Next
You guys
one.
flying drones together.
Oh,
What what irrational fear do you have? I.e., like spiders or clowns.
Yeah.
I
or
only
something.
have one fear.
Hey,
I only
that's-
have one fear, and that's heights. And I couldn't
Oh
ask
my
you. I couldn't tell
God.
you.
Oh my
Yeah, bro.
God.
No.
Do you fly?
I didn't.
Come on,
I
do you
didn't pick.
fly?
Nah. But it's not. I never been anywhere to fly. But like, it is pretty stupid that I'm afraid of heights. And I
Pretty
wish I
extreme.
wasn't.
No, you know what? I don't know if this is deep or not, but
It is
like
what it is.
I have a fear, and I'm a good swimmer. I have a fear of drowning, but not drowning like in open the ocean. Like if you're in a boat and you get capsized and you're stuck in a room where you can't get out and the water's just coming in, and you
Shut up,
know
Renee.
it's going to happen. Like
Will you fly a drone?
that's my fear, dude. I wish I had a drone to try to find a way out.
Yeah.
You had too much. You
Drones
had
are
too much.
cheap.
You had too much wine on that boat. That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, man,
No,
I'm gonna go on a
but-
limb and say every black person's afraid of spiders. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say it because I don't know none that's not. So I'm going, especially those big wolf spiders, like the ones that are
The
kind of
hairy
like this
ones?
big, and then they got those big ones in the Amazon that are biggest.
We don't
like,
need to talk
plates.
about it, man. We don't need to talk about that.
Just telling you.
I'm with you. I'm
That
like,
spider's a
I-
dead spider.
my thing. I'm like, nah.
What, spiders?
And snakes, yeah, both of them
Yeah.
are kind of like out on
Okay.
those.
So you're
All
like
right.
Indiana Jones and shit.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
I think it might have been what's that movie? Arachnophobia.
Anaconda?
That might have got me, man. I was little when I watched that in theaters with my brother.
Wasn't that a comedy?
Huh?
No, you're thinking of
Comedy?
Eight-Legged Freaks. You're
No,
thinking of
that's
Nah,
Eight-Legged
that was
Freaks.
about
Friday.
spiders killing the
That
whole.
was a documentary. That was a documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What part of the day do you dread? What
I'll
part
go-
of the
I'll
day
go.
do you
Wait,
dread?
waking
I'll
up.
go.
Go ahead.
Coming back from work because of traffic.
Yeah, for me, it's going to bed. I can't sleep. It's the worst time. I just dread it. Can't sleep.
Mine's is waking up. Like I can't wake up. I hate the morning part of the waking up process.
I agree with
Like
Coach.
3
That time
p.m.
between like 7 and 10, because like I don't like I want to go, but I don't want to go. But then I think I've watched everything on TV. I'm just like in a holding pattern, so I go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's
All
like
right.
3 p.m. when we're getting ready to leave a job, but I gotta sit in traffic for 2 hours, and then I get home. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, traffic sucks. That's for sure.
Traffic right now. Crazy.
Yep. All right. Let's see. What is your earliest memory?
Can I go first? I
Sure.
think Jamal might have been here too at this birthday party of mine when it was my 5th birthday. We all went to the park for my birthday. My mom had my birthday party there. And we all climbed this hill that was at this park all the time. And man, we were going down the hill, and my cousin Richard Bustos was running down the hill. He tried to use my friend to stop because he couldn't stop. This thing was steep. They both went tumbling down. Later on that day, I was running around the table, bust my head open, had to get stitches. It's probably like my earliest memory I have.
Yeah, you
That's
told me that
Vanelli?
story before.
Yeah,
Remember that?
5 years old? You don't remember before 5 years old?
not really.
That head injury probably
Probably shook it out of my that hitting the corner of that table. That's like my earliest memory of like actually like remembering something good to happen. You remember things before 5 years old, Eddie?
So like my uncles, they have fast cars, and they were they're 15 and 17 years older than me. So when I was like 3, they take me and my cousin out. We'd be racing on the freeways like on the 110, just 100, 120 miles an hour. You'd be in the front seat like, let's go. And then thinking back, like I could have died like 800 times, even before 4 years old, but it was what it was.
Hey, that's dope. That's
Oh,
dope.
coach fell out of his seat. I don't know what's going on. Luda, Ramon, anything?
Yeah, I got one.
Early
So
one?
I was 4 years old, and it was me and my brother in the back seat with my dad and my mom in the front seat. And maybe we get this out of our parents, because my dad pulled over and gave this old man a ride. And I remember, because we had a convertible car, and what I remember is that back then Bobby's like 1, I'm like 3, 4, whatever. He gave us 2 quarters, and they were so shiny. And back then you could buy some shit with a quarter, right? So that's I remember. My dad just picking this random old guy up like in the 70s and giving him a ride down the street. And
Let him hitchhike. Nice.
no, he was just like
Stranger.
walking down in Hawthorne. It was up in Hawthorne.
So your dad was on the cutting edge of like Uber and Lyft and stuff.
Pretty much back then, yeah.
2 quarters.
Wow.
2 quarters.
Coach
yeah.
is back.
The dog ran. He got out. I had to go get the dog.
Got it. All right, guys, we're going to keep this pushing. Let's move on to the fourth quarter now. Bump it or dump it time.
Both
How's my sound?
It's still
You're still bad, Eddie B.
No bueno.
Oh, bueno. All right, here we go. Stephen A says Dodgers are the new evil empire. Do you agree?
yeah. Not evil, but we're the new
That's
empire.
I guess.
No, I don't think so, because the Yankees, the evil empire, because they spend a lot of money, but more importantly, they have 27 chips. We have 6 or 7, and we're not the evil empire.
I would agree. I'd agree.
Okay.
I think it has more to do with recent success, but
Yeah.
the
you could say
resistance.
Yankees or Dodgers.
The Dodgers are the resistance.
You're an idiot.
Yankees are the evil empire.
There you go.
Hey, I see what you did there. B Diddy, be
Yeah.
proud. Star
There you
Wars
go.
reference. All right, here we go. Olympics. Are you even watching or following?
Here and
Yeah, I've
there.
watched some of it. I haven't watched too much though.
On
I
Friday,
have-
I watched the U.S. women's water polo team dog whoever they played, and it was bad. It was like 7-1 water polo in the second quarter, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
I think the biggest issue is when we have such a big time discrepancy like that is you can get on Twitter and find out what happened before you see the game, and then it makes you not want
Right.
to watch the game, unless you avoid social media.
Okay.
Facts.
By the way, USA drew Spain for basketball. By the way, for the
Oh, Jesus.
quarterfinals.
What
All
is
right.
that game? Do you know? Also?
I want to say it's Monday or Tuesday.
Thank you. sir.
Anyways, next one, Pacquiao versus Spence on August 21st in Las Vegas. Gonna be
Pacquiao in
watching?
9. Pacquiao in 9. I'm watching.
Figured you were. I'm sure Eddie will
I'm
be
definitely
watching.
gonna watch.
Yeah, it's pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens
Yeah,
there.
we'll be somewhere where the fight's going to be on. So I'm watching.
Absolutely. All right, next one. I had to throw it on here because I don't think anybody's talked about it. Hard Knocks comes back on Tuesday, August 10th. Cowboys edition again.
That's why nobody.
Any of
was
you guys
talking-
still even watching Hard Knocks?
That's
Or
why
is
nobody
that
was talking
like-
about.
I watched
think
the
it's
highlights.
jumped
that
Knocks.
just faded away?
It
Just
just jumped
in
the
general.
ship. Or jumped the
I
shark.
watched
It's-
highlights.
Yeah, it's oversaturation. It's just the same thing. It's not really need to
Right.
see TV anymore.
Well, yeah,
think-
I want to say like the first couple seasons was really good because you'd get like 7 or 8 weeks of it,
Exactly.
right? Now it's like 3 or 4 weeks and they just speed through everything. So you don't really get a chance to get to know any of the
Yep, there's no
the
story.
guys or follow
story.
them or
Right.
anything like that. So
Can I say something real quick? And I don't know if anybody watched it, but and obviously I'm biased. They did a thing on the Cardinals on Amazon. I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch it, but specifically about that, the thing that I like the best is at the end of the day, Carson Palmer or all the quarterbacks, and then like Patrick Peterson, they'd have a contest where they throw the ball like 30 yards into a trash can, and whoever gets it closest or has to, or whoever doesn't get it closest has to buy dinner for everyone. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But
Yeah, but that's
seeing
a
some of
Cardinals.
that facts, seeing some of that stuff, like that's the stuff that I like to see. I don't really care about like the X's and O's and that in the other things in the Hard Knock series.
Did you guys
Okay.
see that? Did you guys see the Hard Knocks clip of when the Ravens had it, and then they would one rookie did a skit about Shannon Sharp.
yes,
That's just hilarious. If you haven't
That
seen
was
it, you gotta
great.
look at that. That's
Yeah.
dope.
yeah,
I
where
like that stuff.
Did his impression. That was
Mhm.
really good.
Mhm.
All right, last one I got on Bump It or Dump It. Hall of Fame game and ceremony is in a week, and Troy Polamalu tested positive for COVID. So he sounds like he's not going to be able to even be there. Correct, Coach?
Well, I the last thing that I saw was that I don't know about his symptoms or whatever, but I think that it's going to be kind of like a last minute decision.
Okay.
I don't
One of
I don't
those
think the
things,
NFL, yeah, but I
Test
don't think the
negative
NFL
twice or something.
Yeah, I don't think the NFL is going to bend the rules. I think that they're just going to try to wait till the last minute, but I think there's still hope.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he can't, they got to throw him on a Zoom or something, get him in front of people.
Some type of virtual
to be
ceremony. Yep.
recognized. Yeah, you have to. It's Troy. What he's done for the game of football, not to mention just him being Troy Polamalu. They
Right.
got to do something special for him.
Can I throw one more on Bump It and Dump It? I really
Sure.
want other people's opinions on this. Simone Biles backing out of the finals.
Hold off on that. Hold off on that. Coach is gonna have the final word, so we might as well turn it over to him.
Okay.
And Coach specifically is going to talk Simone Biles. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Coach.
so with the last word here, or the final thought, I want to just have a word that I've used with the players that I coach and in any sport recently. I recently turned 50, and I told the players, I embraced it. I could have resisted it and said, I'm old, but I embraced it. So the reason why I want to use that word is because Serena Venus Williams, Billie Jean King, Mia Hamm, Cheryl Miller, Mary Lou Retton, way back when to the first Olympian in the 1932, Babe Didrikson, and especially Title IX. If you don't know what Title IX is, it's 37 words that changed everything. It was a federal program that made athletics equal for women and females. And so the reason why I brought this up is because of what Renee just said about Simone Biles. And, she has, retired from the rest of the Olympics because of mental, basically anxiety and stress. And, as a coach, I have seen females become a lot more hard or difficult on themselves. And I fully support Simone, and I hope that male or female or whatever athletes can be more open about the stress that they're going through. Because I did watch a lot of the Olympics, and it's just amazing to think about the level of athlete and what they do as far as body fat and diet. And it was just amazing. So I just wanted to kind of say that we should embrace the idea of females, doing anything that males can do, and they should have that opportunity. And I'm proud that she is human, because we're all human.
Okay. Anybody, Renee, I had some talk about Simone. Do you want to chime in?
I
a little?
mean, I'm a little harder than the average person, so
Facts.
I would, if she was my teammate, I'd be pissed if she walked out in the finals. Put it that way.
I kind of have to agree with Renee. I'm not going to get more detailed about it to offend anybody, but I agree.
But
Well,
it's your chance to
well,
say what you need to
so-
say.
Yeah,
Huh?
you got it. You
Nah,
got it.
but
well, so
it's
if I-
a little- I'm
You
like
can't
I
get
said,
on
I'm
the
pretty
fence
harsh.
and
So
say,
No,
well, I
I'm
don't- this is,
not going to say nothing bad, but what I want to say is she pulled out of the U.S. Open. She pulled out of the U.S. Open because she was having mental.
no,
but
you're
she
talking
went-
about the
You're
tennis
talking
player.
about
We're talking
Naomi
the
Osaka.
second-
Oh,
Yeah,
my
what's up?
bad.
We're talking
my
about the
bad.
gymnast
The
for the
gymnast.
Olympics.
Yeah,
So,
no, my bad.
But my
You're right.
question
I would be
to
pissed.
you, let me go with you, Renee. My question to you is, did you see the Instagram videos that she posted where she couldn't
Yeah.
complete that triple thing, the triple whatever?
So do a
Well, she
different
said-
routine.
Well, she's no, that's the one that's gonna win the Olympics
Right.
for. And
So
she's saying but she starts to do those flips. She's saying she doesn't know up from down. That's
What I'm saying is, you don't have. We already know she's the best in the world, right?
She
And
said
she backed out from the team one, so you don't have to do that routine to win the gold. You can do a different routine.
she hasn't.
you
You
know
don't
you
think
can
she's
do
earned
that.
the right to opt out, being that she's the best?
Not
in
if
the
you're my
world?
teammate and I'm depending on you to earn gold.
Yeah, but that's why they're a team.
okay,
That's why they're a
Right.
team.
So what I'm saying
Let me
is, if
just-
we're a team, and I'm going through the same shit you are, because they basically are, same diet, same training, same expectation on yourself to win the gold. I expect you to be there for your team like you're supposed to be.
Okay, so
But
now, let
Like I
me-
said, I don't see LeBron James, hold on, backing out of the finals when he had to play the Warriors who were super stacked and be like, oh, it's too much pressure for me. I'm not going to play in the finals.
Okay,
Because the world would have killed LeBron for that, like murdered him.
so if you say that as a teammate, and if I'm the teammate that's having the anxiety or whatever it is, and I stick it out, but my performance is horrible because for whatever reason, how do you feel then after the fact when I've
Nothing, you gave it your
voiced
all.
my
Well,
How can I be mad at you for giving it your all?
Has there
you
been
didn't-
has
you
there
didn't
been
quit.
has there been any conversation of if she was having these issues
Before,
prior to this? Why did she even attempt to
It's
go
2018, she said.
and
So
take
she shouldn't have went
and
to the
why not
Olympics.
have another gymnast who has the not being depressed, not having these mental issues, have that person be on the team for the
Well,
Olympics?
It's because the chasm between Simone Biles and anybody else to replace her is night and day. She's a 1%.
Yeah, but if she's not going to compete, then
But-
what's the
but
point?
I agree. They have alternates, right? They have alternates, but you put her on the team just in case she can get over whatever she needs to get over to get you over the hump. My thing is this: have we not learned anything about mental health in this country in the last year and a half? I know I side with I feel like the way you guys feel, but mental health we've
Not
seen in the
me.
last 1.5,
Not me.
2 years. I
yeah.
think you got to take that more seriously than we've ever taken it.
Right. So my question to you is, right, and this is specifically for her situation. I'm not going to take someone else's because I do believe that there is mental health issues for people. That's obviously a real thing. I watched her perform before the finals, and she messed up on her routine, okay? And when she messed up twice, she looked shook. My thing was, I felt like she lost confidence. Not that, and that's why she backed out. Not that she
You
they
can't.
go to this mental health issue.
no, and
forever.
I agree with Renee. Do you think people are using mental illness as an escape now? I'm just kind of curious as to your
No.
thoughts to that.
No,
because
because
I mean-
when you've trained as hard as she
Do you
has for as
think
long
her
as she
being
has,
molested has anything to do with all this?
Her being what?
molested, that's another thing that could be creeping
that
up as well.
doctor.
Yeah, you're right. That's
Oh.
another thing they'd be creeping up as well.
Hold on. If that was the reason, then why did she win all these goals before? She was already molested. That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
but you can't compartmentalize. You don't know what's going on in her head. You
Just
don't know
asking.
how that
Yeah,
that
not
how that
I'm not
crops
saying.
up.
I'm just saying like it was already something that had happened before.
Here, let me just say this. I just want to throw
Sure.
this out. If, and I can't guarantee it, but I would bet a decent amount of money that she's probably expressed this to coaches or whoever, trainers, whatever, before, and they're like, and like Mick said, she's the top of the top for a gymnast now, and so put her on the roster. But I believe if we don't address and say, we understand, then the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 other players that you're going to have come through that have similar situations, they see that and they're going to go, well, that's why I
Isn't
don't.
that what separates the great from the greatest? Dealing with that situation and still winning. Michael Phelps said he dealt with it and still won gold. I'm just wondering, like, what separates the great from the greatest?
Well, you're right, but you're
Okay.
comparing people's mindsets. Like
Yeah,
that's where you can't. There's no parameters you can put on that because it's subjective and it's how they feel. And we all know when you're confident, you play better. When you're not,
And
you
it's
don't.
also about your childhood and how you grew up and whatever else you went through. You may have had that structure of that's right, no, that's wrong. Or you may have had, you know what, you're always right. You can't be wrong. Or you've had someone that's, physically or mentally did something to you that, so, and we don't know those backgrounds until you're on the spotlight.
I guess I just don't understand quitting. How about that?
I hear you on that, but
Whether I was going through a mental issue, a depression issue, I'll still show up and play,
Right,
regardless
but
of what it is.
you're from Gen X, like the rest of us. Millennials and Zillennials are different, and you'll
I'm
see when
technically
you're
a millennial.
okay. Well, you're on the precipice, but you grew up with Ed Perez Sr., so you're not a millennial. You're not millennial.
I'm just as me, right? Like, and
Yeah.
especially if I had teammates, I don't want to let them down, so I'm gonna go lay it on the line.
And Renee, a lot of people feel like you, but I mean, you have your right to your opinion. So
I'm
nobody,
saying-
nobody.
I was just wondering
nobody's
how
saying
other
that.
people felt about it
A lot of people feel like you feel.
because I feel like if she is going through a mental health issue, right? Like she is, and let's say, give her, she's not lying. Why are you still at the Olympics? Why don't you fly home and go handle your business, deal with your situation?
And that's why I said, I think if you really go back and they want to look under the microscope, somewhere along the line, someone had to have known that she has been, because it doesn't just come up out of nowhere.
Right. And
Right.
but that's what I'm saying. Why are you
Yeah.
still there?
Well, it's
you
what
have a
you-
mental health issue. Go
It's
deal
what you're
with it.
saying, Renee. The optics don't look good because there's going to be a lot of people like you who feel that way. And when she leaves, she's abandoning the team versus, okay, she can't compete, but she's
Right,
staying and cheering them on. She's more of
when
a
the-
team player.
Yeah, when the tennis girl, I can't remember.
Osaka.
Osaka, she left, right? She left the tournament and everything. Like, hey, I got to go deal with my issues.
She plays singles. She's not on a team.
What I'm saying is she
Right.
still left. She didn't sit there and watch the rest of the tournament.
I agree. But what I'm telling you is, as much as you're killing her for what she's doing, there's going to be people that feel like you. And if she leaves, kill her more. She can't. She's in an untenable situation.
Right.
If she
is.
leaves, I
She is.
would think like, oh yeah, you really got some mental issues. You need to go handle. You sit there watching everything still going on that's supposedly bringing you stress, or anxiety or whatever it is. You're sitting there still watching it and like enjoying it and everything, but you're just not performing now.
I did see this morning on ESPN that there is a chance that she does compete, but in only one of the competitions. I think it's the balance beam or something like that.
Yeah, I've
There is
seen
a
that, so
chance. They
she's
said that
undecided right now.
she hasn't given her ultimate decision. I know she just backed out of the floor exercise and all the other stuff. So, but anyways, great conversation. Thanks, Coach, for your final word. Great thoughts by everybody. And yeah, mental health is a major issue, especially with what everybody has experienced over the last year and a half, almost going on 2 years, unfortunately. All right, guys. Well, that concludes episode 65 of the 10 Cents Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you guys will be with us each and every week. And with that, we say peace. Bye.